All right, yo, 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 yo. All right. What's happening? All right, I got something on my mind. I gotta ad lib it, so I don't lose it. Gotta say it quick. So I saw a comment, and it was on the video. Ice Spice doing pull-ups for the first time, which is unbelievable. No, not a lot of people have exercise equipment, so it's understandable. But and you know, it's basically just a thirst trap. Obviously, you got your ass sticking out the little, little something. And the comment said, "You're gonna stop being horny when you figure out every girl has a male lookalike." Something along those lines. I paraphrased. I was like, I had to think about it. Is that facts? Because, you know, sexuality really is fluid. Because what if you seen like your wife, but like a male version, and just got a penis, and you didn't know that? Just something to ponder on. If that's how you want to go, it's like it makes sense though. Because you assume she always had that, and if you never knew, then you never knew. So. But that's just how it is. It's very interesting. And I think that ties into other thing I wanted to say is like, I think I would, go for anything really. Like my mystery has no bounds. Hormones are flaring up like crazy. I got a bad conception of myself. And I'm pining for everything. That's being a teenager, no? It's fun because I can do stuff like this. It makes me feel adventurous. I think that's the point of right now. You're not supposed to be committed to anything. So no one's gonna knock you when you're not committed. Which is strange. Well, at least parents won't. But this is where you start getting girlfriends and stuff. This is where you break up. But see, I was trailing off that thing. But this is PeliezSpeak, and we're gonna move on from the last episode. I'm gonna record this one in advance. Let's see what stuff we can think of. But this is Skylar, a friend of my friend's daughter. This guy could be, if I was saying that in my contacts, that could have been correct. Before traveling around, complete Pokedex. Oh, I see, that means you'll be challenging the gym. Oh boy, I'm really looking forward to it. That's right, you should challenge this gym. Nothing else, the gym is really out there. See you, Skylar. If something comes up again, I'll let you know. Professor, my plane is a cargo plane. It carries cargo, not people. You're talking as if places like Kanto and Sinnoh are right around the corner. Ah, Skylar, if you keep frowning, your face might freeze like that. I'd be ashamed. People in Pokemon, we all have to help each other out. See you later. Well, that was a nice little. I hope you enjoyed my little introduction here. That was off the cuff. It's hard to believe a happy-go-lucky guy like that can be a world-renowned Pokemon professor. It's up for the gym leader. I'd be happy to have you challenge the gym. There's something I need to take care of first. Just now, as I was flying the cargo plane, I saw something on top of the Celestial Tower. I'm sure that it's a sick Pokemon. If it is, I can't just leave it there. I have to look into this right away. I'm looking for Route 7 Celestial Tower. You come along before. I'm kind of happy because I need to fight you. But yeah, I was gonna do a voice for her, but well, during the earlier episode, the one before the last, my voice was kind of acting up. I think that's because I just woke up. Is my memory betraying me? Is everything I recall older from my older now? You actually need a older? You wouldn't have said a older if you didn't. That's interesting. Is my memory eluding me? So I'm not sure if I had a #1 single. I'm not sure if I jacked my Harlem. This ties into a different episode. It's way too early in the episode to be saying such ludicrous things, but I'm really absorbed in this right now. Well, I don't want to make this a salacious episode, so let's just keep moving. We're trying to level up Vaughn, our other slug. It's Mini-Me's twin brother. And if we can get Mini-Me's like more of a special type. Oh, I can get rid of cut on Mini-Me. Alright. But Mini-Me's more special, Vaughn's gonna be more physical. They both have Shell Smash, so I think they can bounce off each other good. And Danger Mouth's like our utility so far. Utility alongside because he can paralyze, put people to sleep, light screen, stuff like that. And Danger Mouth has Stealth Rocks and Poison. Sleep as well. Oh, I like you. Hey, thanks. Hypnosis? You didn't have to do that to me now. It'd be good to get Charge Beam. I wish she actually gave me Charge Beam instead of the fake version. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about this episode. I'm going to come across it. This is just going to be on Movie Thursday, right? No! I need feet on the Pokemon. To come into the arsenal. So I thought I had item. So I might lose that forever. So even if I didn't, even if I wasted a Pokeball, I can always try it. But having a Pokemon that can steal random items. No. Oh, yeah, boom. Perfect. Let's try to get Vaughn to evolve first before, we delete Cut. I'm not sure if I did that. I got rid of Cut on Vaughn, but not Mini-Me. If you're new, maybe watch some of the earlier episodes. But Vaughn is my Rotom, and what did I say? Mini-Me is my Rotom. Vaughn will be a Rotom soon. And if that doesn't make sense, we just, this is the randomizer. Yes. Ba. 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 Yeah. Okay, slow start. You think we can pick up? Usually what carries the commentary in this is that I have something to say. Oh, I was going to talk about, doing other games on this. I have to restall it. Smart But I think playing other games would help me speak in different contexts. It's like school presentation. You don't do school presentations for math. It's a math class. You're supposed to do practical stuff in math. That's a math lesson. You never understand my rap, man. Also want to... Just because it's good against you, does not mean it's good for you. We're about 80 minutes in. I gotta get out off the bat. That is true in every instance. You're doing me. You're a ghost type. Work on playing other games on the series. Is it this carpet I'm on? Or is my body temperature just out of whack? Hold on. I'm gonna bring up my sleeves like a pirate. Oh. But yeah, that's not good there. Oh, I swear that was another encounter. Sometimes you find more than just strong Pokemon in Star Grass. Yeah, I find weak trainers. shows very professional. But that wasn't already obvious. I would appreciate that if it wasn't obvious. If you think this is a nice little production. If you just ignore the last episode, you know, thanks. The last episode. Journalistic integrity. Where my mic was like 5 decibels. I'm not sure if that's loud. I'm trying to say it was really silent. Pissed me off a lot. But I'm thinking, even when I'm out of whack, I'm gonna have to keep pushing myself. I'm gonna say this once, I'm gonna say it twice, and I'll say it again. I've always been more of a natural writer than a speaker. I think when I was a little bit younger, 6th grade, the like, I was a lot better speaker. I was less nervous too. But you know, the pandemic came around. I was locked in with myself, and I don't think it was that made me antisocial. It might have been a certain experience I had with a certain woman that started a downward spiral. Of course, I would hide it longer before that, but if I'm gonna have to, like, you know, find a prognosis, mark a date of when this all started, I would say it would start with her. We'll get to her a different day. I have a very weird relationship with her. And as I realize now, as I introspect, that I probably have with most people. Now, what is that relationship? It's like sort of friends. No. A more dictionary word would be acquaintance. So I don't really know anybody. I'm not sure what knowing people are. You know? I think with social media, you know a lot more than you're supposed to. Now, it might have been something you could always infer. You're like, oh, friends go to the movies and stuff. Friends go to the restaurants. Friends go go-kart racing. That was something that was always known in the back of my head from popular media. And it's something I still don't really understand. It's like in a liminal version of knowing, you know? As in like liminal space. It's in a liminal space of acknowledgement. Like, I know what friends do. But do they even do that? Am I picking out what I want to see? I think that was my experience with this girl. We'll get into it later on. But it's like we were friends. But let's say I had a little breakdown with her where I involved her. You know, this is more on me. It's early. I wouldn't know how strong that is. Never mind. But you know, I had a breakdown. Unfortunately, she was involved in all of that. And you know, long story short, I told her some confidential, private information that she would then leak to everybody in the school, everybody in our admin class. And in my little world, that was everybody, because her people were my people. You know, I was getting back to the school, and I didn't have this conception of friendship that she would let me on to. Because here's the story. I've known this woman since 5th grade, right? And let's say I had a crush on her then, right? You know, she didn't like me, but when you're in 5th grade, it was kind of like pandering to me, trying to hug up on me, trying to hang out with me more. Because you know, I was very sensitive. She would always comfort me in those situations. So, very nice lady, but seldom my ego. She kind of did me dirty. Because after I told her this compromising information, it's not even compromise, like, I'm saying like it's serious. But, fighting, should I? Would I want close contact with fighting creatures? Can we get shadow? Oh yeah, could be seen. But the confidential information we're gonna see what it was that I had a crush on her. And during that breakdown, I said stuff like, I think the gist of the whole breakdown was that I didn't know what was going on in my life. So I had some family drama. I wasn't sure if we were even friends like that. I started second guessing everything. Because I think something happened earlier that month where I had to go to another friend of mine to like clear something up. Because, you know, I was kind of tone deaf. This is gonna sound stupid. You better not lose faith in me, guys. But no, this was the old me. This was about three odd years ago. And I like asked her, hey, no, I got to be strong. I stand on business. This is something I said, not who I am. Something I know, not something I understand. But I said, hey, would you rather a hot shower or a cold shower? And I'm not sure why. I must have watched something on Instagram. Oh yeah, she also put me on Instagram, so that may have or may not ruin my life. But that's just part of the conditions. I probably would have found it anyway. If I found it, I probably wouldn't actually. If we never reunite like that. But yeah, ask her like what kind of shower, hot or cold. Unless it's something I saw. Must have been like a trend going on. Now this was during the devious look era, by the way. That helps the exigence of the situation. Yeah, that messed me up. I should have clicked C on you, because I know you're rock. But yeah. And then she was like, ah, say something. No, I shouldn't have said it like that. That's so salacious. But he said like okay, that is a part of the quotes, is what she said. Like, hot, I guess? And I was like, oh, cool or something. And why is that? He said, I don't know. And, you know, me back then, I didn't really have much self-awareness. I was like, why is that? You know, I was just, and me now would know she was uncomfortable. But, you know, me from the future of that moment become a lot more, let's say shallow. That's for a different story. Yeah, shallow would be the word. And I'm go heal. Let's go do me. Yeah, and then she like stopped talking to me like that. I tried to text her, she would give me the one phrase responses. And now that I know this, she was going out her way to do that. Cause let's say this was like early December before the breakdown, but she was going out her way to do that. Doing the dry text. You know, when you feel weirded out, I understand it completely. I think I would, you know, in the future, she could have did it a lot more maturely, but we were younger, 3 years ago, 8th graders. But she went out her way to do dry texting, so they actively, I realized, people actively dry text. It's not just a coincidence. They dry text because they don't fuck with you. I'm gonna say how it is. If this wasn't known, you should have known this already. But when they do that, they don't fuck with you. That's why it's done. It's because they don't fuck with you. Okay, so if there's any Solomons, old Solomons watching this, Johns, if you may, if you know, you know. I was kind of a John back then. Not in the Philly way. But yeah, anyway, I realize that now. People try to text actively, and like, it's not just some random thing that happens. I probably should have already known this. It's embarrassing that I don't already. But yeah. So then I had to go to my friend and be like, Oh, can you get can you get Sunny to talk to me? That was her name. And yeah, can you get Sunny to talk to me? And a friend of a friend that was a friend of mine. She was like, "Oh yeah, I can tell her, like, clear up, like, Solomon didn't mean anything by what he said. You should talk to him more." And I got a chance to clear myself up, and it was like, yeah, that was that. And I started hanging out with the people again. It wasn't anything that serious. It wasn't like life altering. What happened later was it made me want to off myself. But yeah, like friend group didn't break up. We were still hanging out. And I remember it very fondly. It was triple ball. Triple battle is a rotation. Better not be no rotation. Nobody trying to play that. Luckily, my friends. Nice. But yeah, I should have known from that point she was a little iffy. But you know, I was down tremendous. I was down bad. He was like basically my only friend I really had. I was trying to branch out more because I was trying to reinvent myself that era. You probably all suck at that. Just because my Pokemon are sorry doesn't make you better. I hope that's known. Hope all of them know that. What you mean mini-me can't be switched out? So during the breakdown, let's say I told her I liked her again. I think it was something in the back of her mind after we met up. It's been 2 years, and she's a very friendly person, but that means she's also very hard to read. During that, she ended up blocking my number and going back to school that January. Apparently, she told her friend group, which was basically my friend group at the time, and yeah, we would stop hanging out in front of the school. I remember it vividly. She would come to the same spot. You know, she would be like scary now. You know, act like we never met. It would just be me at the bench now. The snow was all gone. It was a lot more depressing. Shit. You know, knowing everything that happened. So I'm not sure who she told, but I remember it feel like everybody was against me. I remember, oh yeah. The people on Instagram, the old friends. I got blocked by all of them. They got me gone. You know. Was I ever going anywhere with this? I'll just finish up the story. So she told this one guy named Caleb. He's kind of a bitch too. I don't know him now. He seems cool. I think ever since that, I mark whether you're not a bitch if you talk to me. And you see, that's, as you can see, I have very low standards. You just gotta talk to me, really, for me to have good affinity for you. Let's just make this story time. I can't get distracted with the game. So, oh. I'm not sure where in the timeline it is, but you know, I was kind of like distraught because it was really just me now. Her friends with my friends. I had a small little group. We got Mira, Noelle, and Ashy Ankles. Yeah, Mira, Noelle, Ashy Ankles. There was someone else in that group, was there? No, we have a picture of it actually. It was the four of us. Ashy Ankles was sort of in her friend group, but he was rational, so he didn't fall into the hysteria. But basically, I felt like everybody was against me during that. So I was getting blocks on Instagram. The girl I was spending most of my time with, we used to walk home together. You know about, each of our personal lives. And I never been to that point with anybody ever. Even now, still, I've never been at that point ever again. See, I think it shocked me that badly. Because what I had with her was so good too. But everything in my life just happened at the wrong time for it to be a perfect scenario. I say it's the wrong time, but moving into the future, nothing can be wrong that's already happened. As if you can change it. But I'm just weighing the conditionals. So I'm not. Oh yeah, Caleb wasn't a bitch at this point. But let's say after this, she just had like a weird way of looking at me. And I realized this was all in your brain. And what I would find out later too was, so it was out there at school day. It sounds jumbled. I hope you're following the story. So we're in like January still. I'll have my about 3 friends, and I was walking home. We usually take the same route back home. So for us to walk home together, I would basically just, drop her off at her place. I would walk to my spot. But the thing is, how it's structured is, I just go straight from the park and go up. I would get to my complex. But then her spot would be to the left of the bridge, parallel to the spot I can go to get to, my spot. So then I was at this is when I started writing for the first time, by the way, because I was emo. I was going fucking through it. And oh yeah, let's see if we can put Shadow Punch on. Let's head back real quick. Oh, you're a fucking troll. Oh, Boldor. You know her. If I give him a Boldor, will I actually get him a Boldor? Guess we'll see. But yeah, I was riding at this time. And I realized she was being all irrational with the situation with me. That wasn't really obvious already. I'm gonna give her some grace, but I'm getting back in the story. I'm like getting energized about this. So obviously the scars haven't healed yet. But I was at the little playground near her house at the bench. I was writing down some stuff. I was just looking at my phone. This might have been a lot later than I think, actually. It might have been March. Because it was a playground where, like, her and I used to play at. This was all in the span of 3 months, by the way. Very favorable 3 months of my life. Very. But no, I was at the bench. I think I was writing her an apology letter. Fodder, that's not how you spell fodder. It's with a D-A. But I was writing her like an apology letter because it seems like it was a whole lot of flux, in the situation. I felt like I was by myself. Now, I think it was sooner more than later. This might have been February where this whole incident went down. But let's say I was at the park. Right? I was waiting there. And it just so happens, all the time I was there, she was at tutorials or something. Because for science, we shared a science class, and yeah. It wasn't a math class, so. And she was at tutorials for science, right? And so she would come by her house a little later. It's like, why are you there? Well, that's a nice place for me to be at, I can look at the little things, but if you look into it too much, I'm always going to be in wrong. But me being over there, she saw me coming back home. Because, like, the park was not too far from the sidewalk she could take just to get to her house. So then she saw me, and bad timing. As soon as she went to her house, I just so happened to leave that spot and then head on home. So what she thought was I was stalking her from her spot when I was looking at my phone or my pad or something, writing something down. I think I was writing the apology letter, because then I explain this later on. The apology letter. Maybe I can bring it out. I would give it to her later, but I had it as a text and I didn't want she blocked me from it. But yeah, she thought I was stalking her. How did I figure this out? Well, it's because Caleb. She told Caleb in our Avid class about this situation. So like, it made me look like a whole weirdo because I'm by myself in this. I don't got nobody to defend me. And I'm a self-conscious black kid down on his luck. Got family issues going on, and you're telling me I'm stalking you because I was sitting in the spot and you don't know anything? Yeah, I'm getting antsy about this. This was in the past, Solomon. But yeah, that pissed me off. I wasn't fucking with him. And Caleb was dating the friend of mine that helped clear up the situation with Sonny. So I was like, oh my gosh. Luckily, I'm not forced to like him. But that just really rubbed it in, because, wow, I'm really by myself. And you know what's even worse, too? She got me up with the guidance counselor, nigga. She really thought I was that much of a threat to her after not speaking to her. After, like, a month of not speaking, she went up to the guidance counselor, nigga. I was in math class, nigga, they called me up to an office. He said, no, I'm hearing things about this. I was like, no, I was fucking pissed off, man. I had murder on my fucking mind. Now, why are you doing that to me? He got me out of fucking math class. I go up to, the counselor was cool at least, you know. I've had experience with guidance counselors in the past. I was dealing with grief. The counselor just told me to get over it, basically. That pissed me off. That's the start of an arc. That's a story for a different day. But yeah, Sonny must have told the guidance counselor because she felt threatened after not going to me about anything. And I didn't have anybody to go to. So then I was just in my pad at this point, because I remember the guidance counselor asking me, what stuff do you do? I don't remember the exact of it, but it's like, how do you cope? I think I explained to him my situation, everything that's going on in my life, and like he empathized with Will. So I wasn't in there for long, but maybe like 2 days. But yeah, it flux with my family, flux with my mother, flux at school, so I had nowhere to go. So I started skipping. I started chasing that fast life. I think that's when the thought in my head first came to be an entrepreneur. Because at that point, I felt hopeless, man. I felt I had nobody. If I were to have anybody, it would be my family. But even that was, skewed. It wasn't as good as it can be. So in that, I had no hope in anything, man. After that, I got told I was creeper. I got random niggas coming up to me telling me about this information. And I just had to keep it to myself. So I know if I acted out of line, that would look bad on me. The black guy can't do anything bad for himself. I know so much about Sonny too. Like I really thought we had something. I really thought I knew her. But after she did some faux shit like that, I realized I never really understood her. Or she really never understood me. Because, let's say the breakdown, I told her a bunch of stuff that might have made her worry. But I thought she would have me out. And I was keep pushing her back at that point. Because I was going through bad stuff in my life. Like, I can't hold her to that. But the way she thought I was stalking her and then told people I don't even know how close she is with Caleb, but apparently she's more close to Caleb than with me. To tell him, as if he knows shit about our relationship. And I'm thinking, we really had something, me and her. So I think we almost went to that level. We want to hold hands, but you know a damn lot about each other. You know, and you might be saying, oh, y'all were just friends. Like, damn. I guess I can be friends with anybody at that point. You don't got to know anybody. Actually, no, you can know anybody. You don't even got to understand them. You just got to be cordial with people. But I don't fuck with that, man. And I think that really shaped, you know, my personality from it. It's like, man, I really got myself. You know, into the future, I would look on, try to chase these things again, and it never worked again. It never got as good as that first time. It would increasingly go down. It's like, I really didn't understand. Or I wasn't understood by anybody I thought had my back. Not even my family. Because I didn't go to them about it. Because I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. The whole thing was bugged out. Luckily, I'm saying this on the show, so I don't need like no rebuttals in this. I'm just trying to get off my piece. And that shit was OD. But you know, we want to go on with the timeline till the end of 8th grade year. So what happened was, I was a sensitive guy. So all of these first 3 months, those first, I think 4 months actually, yeah, August, December. That was his own little season. You know, I was sensitive. I was a friendly guy. Had glasses. All around, just friendly, nice, nerdy guy. I would hang out with people I like. Every day felt like an episode. Its own little episode of stuff going on. And that's the only year I got the yearbook up. Ever since then. No. But that's besides the point. So I would have my apology letter written eventually. After I figure out I had my number blocked. And then I think I directly asked her. So this was like March now. It was far from that moment. I wasn't going to the guidance counselor's office anymore. He sent me his email. I think he checked on me on 9th grade year, but he's a good guy. He helped me do this. But you know, I was right at that time, so I thought it would be imperative to write her a letter. Why did I keep on So I write her this apology letter, explaining my situation. I was out on hard times. I don't remember how it was on, because I might have paraphrased some in the written version. I do still have it in text form on the number I got blocked on. But she really is the reason I use Instagram. That bitch ass app. Imagine if I never reunited with her. Would I even be here? Probably would have been a lot happier. But you know, what Tyler Creator said? He said something. Thank you for the love or something. Thank you for the time. But I hope I never want to love again or something. Something about being glad that it happened. You know? And I think that was the point I fell out of love. I want to trade for Boulder. It's fuck, nigga. You trade your Boulder for my Boulder? Fucking trolling, nigga. This is a Boulder. Is it a randomized version I'm not being told? It's a different Pokemon? I want to trade for a Boulder. Yeah, you're not making sense. But yeah. When I heard that letter, I think everything was good for me. The pinnacle was her saying I was stalking her, because I was just out of pocket. But that really made me feel like I was doing wrong. So later that March actually, I would meet up with a different love interest. Now her name, she didn't give me a code name to call her, but let's call her Ceres, like the planet. So Ceres, first, my story with her is, you know, during sixth grade year, another high tension year for me. You know, that was year that transitioned into COVID. So it was just bad timing for everything. I really wasn't able to grow up. I'm doing stuff right now. But why do I place the thing? Yeah, this is yeah. So yeah, sixth grade year. She was in my math class now. Now, I actually messed with her too. I messed with her then. I messed with her 8th grade. I still mess with her now. She's still looking good now, unfortunately. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that part. So Lily used to have a crush on me back in math class, right? And you know, I didn't know the connotations of knowing a girl in math class, but she was wholesome too. I was 6th grade. I didn't know much, but you know, I was humping pillows and shit. That was the start of my degeneration. But that was after the fact. That was COVID year. I was really falling into hard times. You know, my first Jack Harlow was Sniper Wolf. That's this is gonna. I should make this a Patreon episode. I'm losing all my credibility with this. But anyway, regrets. Lily had a crush on me in 6th grade. She's pretty audacious too. She's pretty confident. She's the type to go out after the guy she likes. That is something I will always respect. I still have some respect for her. It's not like she did anything too bad though, but who gets that? So then she asked me out to the dance. The December dance. It's like I never got asked out to a dance before, but you know, I had a strange self-concept of myself, and I was also dealing with a lot 6th grade year. So I just kind of want to go because it was sort of a choice. So after the math class, where she gave me the note and like it was so wow to relive that moment, right? But yeah, she gave me that letter in math at the end of math. We were at a crossroad puzzle. That was a real love too. I'm never gonna find something like that again, man. Oh, it might suck. Let's see what this growling got. Yeah, she asked me out to the dance. Circled yes. Saw at the end of the day. I gave it back to her. Said yes, and she was so excited. I was like, wow, this might be fun. That was what I had in my head too. This might be fun. I didn't really know what to do there either. And being a kid, dealing with everything I had to deal with, I was going through grief. I had trauma. And so the dance was, I wish I could remember the morning of. I do remember the during the nighttime. You know, a bunch of 6th graders. I think, was it just 6th graders? I think so. Yeah. So when I first got there, I think I was wearing a gray jacket. I wasn't wearing anything too fancy though. I didn't have no button-up suit or nothing. I don't think my mom fitted me up too much. So I remember I was wearing the plain stuff. So I slightly recall Lily pointing that out. Oh, fuck. I accidentally said the name. If I didn't mention it, you would have known. But yeah, her name's Lily. So I would go to my friends. These friends were, I'm not even gonna go out their names anymore. We're getting real personal here. We're getting deep. You get here, you deserve to know their names. So when I got in there, I went to this. So there's a little snack table over there. And I had 3 friends. I remember I met them at the beginning, 6th grade year. Remember them from freshman year. And there goes Connor. He's gay now. Don't know much about him. He used to play saxophone. You're freshman. So that's what was on my mind right now. Don't take that out of context. And there was Hayden. He's really tall now. And he's trying to go after a band. Oh, he's dating a cheerleader now. Very tall. Way too tall for his britches. But I don't knock him. And Sophia. She's half black, half Bolivian, I think it was. It was some Hispanic country. But yeah, the other two guys were white, by the way. So here we go, Hayden, Sophia. I know them a bit more. They were in my homeroom class, 5th grade year when I moved down to Texas. And Connor, he was a friend of both of them. What I know about Connor and Sophia is that, like, they used to be driven home, like their parents know each other. Yeah, that was their dynamic. Water gecko, grass water. Trigger should always been grass water. No, gecko con. So yeah, they were the first thing I seen because they were at a little table eating like Sour Patch Kids and stuff. I didn't know what dances entailed, so I just went to people I know. Gecko font. Holy. So I just went towards people I know. I hanged out over there for a bit, and I was there before Lily, so we just talked about nonsense and stuff. It was very nice ambiance there. If I couldn't relive it, I would. Yeah, like lights were sort of dim, but the lunchroom was the main dance floor. I don't think the gym was open. If it was open, I didn't stay that long. So I remember when I went back with Lily. This might be like a flash forward, but it's important for later. But when I went back with Lily to the 8th grade dance, I didn't go like with her as my +1. I kind of just hovered around her, but you know, we're gonna get to that. The gym was available, and the gym has always been available for every other dance I've seen on Instagram and pictures and stuff. Now this was before Instagram. Imagine that. I didn't even know what Instagram was at that point. Lucky me. So at that point, I was waiting there for a little bit. Talk about nothing, see people pass by, doing the hand wave, doing the heads up. And Lily came by. She was like, "Oh, nice to see you. You look so nice." We did small talk, and she pulled me over to the dance floor. I remember we got a picture. I would wish so bad I could get that picture. I remember I asked her, and I want to see it so bad, just to remember that moment. It would be weird to ask her now because she has a boyfriend. We're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. I keep on getting sidetracked. So yeah, we went over to the dance floor a little bit. The sad thing about being a kid, you never want to have like real fun. So she was unfortunately a lot more adamant than I was at that time. I was kind of grouchy. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was barely in the room. I was barely in my body. I was like out of body experience, sort of. I wasn't even in the room. Let's switch out to. But yeah, she was a lot more active in it than I was. And she was like teaching me how to dance and stuff. And I was just kind of going with her. I didn't even feel like her touch on my hand. It felt so neutral to me. And in a sense, I think that's good for the future. Or a good thing to maintain in the future. You know, a girl you have a crush on who you're interested in is just a girl at the end of the day. I think whenever I had a crush on someone, they wouldn't turn into a girl or a friend. They would turn into this like otherworldly being. Something I hold like godly reverence over. Something I'm so scared to approach. And it's like a marker I set in my head. And that's not what Lily had, because she was fine with me. But yeah, it was a good time. But unfortunately, I wasn't into it at all. And after being rejected all these other times, it's like, that's a good thing to have. You don't know when you lose it. You don't know how good it is until you lose it. So yeah, the dance ended, and it's like, I went into the darkness. I went for my mom. She went to her father's car. That was that. Very nice time. We went next day. I don't remember what happened after that. I'm sure we kept on talking. We'd like sit at my lunch table and stuff. I didn't really have a set lunch table because I was kind of a hoverer. I was kind of lame. I'm glad Lily thought I was cool though. So I would deepen my voice at all. I was trying to sound like Yusuke off Persona 5. That's what it sounded like in my brain. I think I might have messed up my chemistry. So I think that's when I first figured out that like I don't have a voice for myself. I don't have the concept of myself in my brain. Because I was trying to be something. I was always trying to be something I wasn't. Dealing with all the trauma going into 6th grade, I had to cover it with a voice. So I had no idea what I was growing up. When I think about myself in my brain, I don't have an image of me. It's a lot different than it is whenever I look in the mirror. It's like not even close to it. It's like a sensationalized version of me. That's what I had in my brain. So, but yeah, that might have took a little longer than anticipated, but that was all basically just accidents for me meeting Lily there. Now, it was very out of the blue too. It was lunchtime. You know, I said everything I wanted to say. I was in advanced English now. I think my life was normal for that period of time. And with her, it mainly was. Too, she just said, "Oh, hey, Solomon, it's so nice to see you." And we were just catching up. That's everything that's happened. I sat with her. Because I didn't know we had the same lunch. So, hey, let's do that. And we just kept on hanging out. And I think this is when I first recognized the church. She was in bands. We would talk about that. We would talk about family or interest. She'd give me her number and a note and stuff. She was so charming. And it must have set off something in my brain. Be like, well, I don't think it was that actually. It was actually mainly fine. But over time, I would develop a crush on her. I would actually develop it for her. Because after dealing with Summer, after dealing with Sunny, I really like that changed where I see everything in life. My ice flying? Damn. I'm getting my ass beat. Everybody's so strong now. We're nearing the end of the game for sure. But yeah. You know, we would talk about stuff. And once together we would go outside, sit at the benches. It just felt like bliss, man. It was rainbows. That must have been what she felt with me. That I couldn't reciprocate to her. This is like poetic justice. What I couldn't give to her during the dance is what happened to me. But I wouldn't even know that was going to happen to me. Because, you know, as our relationship got better, and I'm realizing this now, that I was slowly getting pushed to the side. For whatever inconspicuous reason, I was being pushed to the side. And, you know, talking to her, it comes to a point where, like, oh, she might like me too. Because we would hold hands in the hallways and stuff. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, I basically got it now. But I was too nervous. I didn't know what to ask her, if anything. Like, to go on a date? What does a date even look like anymore? Do I even know what being in love means? It's like, oh, you're so dramatic. You're so dramatic. Yeah, shut up, Sean. You don't know how I feel. Yeah, show some empathy. You didn't love once. You heartless bastard. At least I have butterflies. Do I even know what having a crush is? What is this feeling? And it's been that. That's what discovery is, but it was a whole lot. So we would do all these close stuff together. You know, hold hands. She would hug on me, rest her head on me. It's like, wow, we're practically dating. And I realize that happens now where you're dating someone. And you know, yeah, I need you to move out there. It's where you're dating someone, but you never say you're dating someone, so you're friends. I guess that's a feeling worth having at the end of the day, though, right? Like you're friends, but you don't gotta deal with any of the. Because maybe that was happening with her. Because, you know, long story short, the dance was coming up. And I didn't ask her explicitly because I was way too nervous. You know, the friend from the Sunday situation, I was telling her about her. History class, we used to get active. We didn't care about Miss Arikia. We used to piss her off. She was kind of mean too, but I realized she's one of those teachers that be like, high school's gonna eat you alive. High school's way more difficult than this. I'm preparing you for that. Was it? High school's a whole different story. I'm still in it now. It's 3 years? Okay, just thinking about that is, whoa, it's wild. I'm getting old. Can I escape rope out of here? I need to go heal. I need to work on me. But yeah. What should I call it? A friend of mine. She was Nepali. Let's call her Supra. I'm trying to like parody her name. Sue. Let's just call her Sue. So Sue, I was telling Sue about it. And if you remember Miranda from earlier, Mira, that was her nickname. That was her code name, but I'm not even good at it. Yeah, we were in that with Mira. We had a nice little dynamic. Sometimes it feels like 8th grade was my last real year. But you know, that's a depressing story that we're not getting into. For a different PeliezSpeak episode. So the dance was coming up, and you know, time was ticking down. Everybody that knew I liked Lily was like, "Oh, you should tell her. You should just tell her already." This is gay guy. Let's call him JJ. Cool dude. Got caught in a little school controversy with my mans at making transfer schools. It started by the football kids, and I talked about it with the guy that transferred schools earlier this year, so we're not getting into that. Some things got to be confidential for the sake of my mans. You know I got to see this. So that was coming up. By the way, the guy that was involved with the JJ situation, he was actually dating Lily earlier that year. So yeah, if that says anything, that says anything. But yeah, the time was coming up, and so instead of really asking her up front, and we were still being touchy, we were still close, intimate. I was like, "Hey, are you going to the dance?" And she was like, "Oh yes." She didn't ask me, so I should have been signing up. I realized sometimes you just gotta not want things. You gotta reject them for yourself. You know? And then I was like, "You want to go with me?" I didn't say it like that. It was a lot more. Lucky to steal. Yeah, it was a lot more nerdy. It wasn't like, can you go with me? It was like, can I go with y'all or something? I didn't want to make it seem like I liked her for whatever reason, even though it was probably obvious. It was obvious from what she was giving me. But, you know, maybe I was just easy pickings. Maybe I was just easy to fuck with. Because like, she was like, yeah, at the end of the day, what happened to me, what happened to her was happening to me. It's poetic justice, man. So we went to the dance, you know. She was looking all right, all done up, with a nice self. And I was basically just following her around, mostly. And I think she was making this clear to me. Because I would go somewhere, I would follow her. And at one point, I would, like, we would never go anywhere together, it seems. Because at one point, we got separated. At one point, I lost her. And I was so down bad, I was like, where is she? Where is she? I lost her. I was like, Look at that, I don't gotta relive that moment, so that was embarrassing. But, you know, that was all done up with. We didn't even, you know, say our goodbyes. I had her number, though, so that's another I had her number with. But, no, unlike with summer, we had a lot better times in person than on text. So, moving on to that. We would get to the end of the year, get the awards passed out, get the yearbook. I looked through it with her, and I think this shit should have known I was getting done dirt. At the last day of school, I was like, well, no, this wasn't intentional, but the way things look, should have been word enough for me. So after the rewards, like, they allow you to either get lunch or go home. And my mom was there, like, she was ready for me to go home. But I wanted to do like a victory lap. So I love walking home. It allows me to listen to my music. You ever listen to music acting like you're the one who made it? So that was me trying to hype myself up and stuff. But I was expecting to see Lily out there because her and I got rewards. She's a lot better academic from me. I think my avid teacher just felt bad for me because I got a reward from her. Because everybody was just in their little friend groups. Since I was by myself, I might as well been the best student I could be. It's kind of depressing that I got a reward, because when I think about it, that was the reason. But yeah, that was that. So I was expecting to see her in the lunchroom, but no, she was not there. Last day of school, she was not there. And moving into the final days, I feel like just something was different in our dynamic. So that happened. But you know, listening on their conversations, I want to, you know, do band in high school. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to get into this, like how in depth, if I want to say this for another episode. I'll give you the Spark Notes version. So from what I heard from her, she was going to be a part of the color guard for high school band. Should I leave my high school? You'll probably know in due time. If you know where I am, you know which high school I went to. But I heard about her that band orientation was about the 27th. Might have been, yeah, 27th, as I remember. So, did I have any? No, it wasn't anything there. So I remember I went to Kendrick Lamar concert on the 21st. You know, this is what I hate about some of y'all white people, bro. I came back from that concert on my birthday, 21st of July. If you know, you fucking know. And I got told by these fucking preppy ass white girls, it was Asian. Well, fuck both of them actually. Her name was Avery. Fuck that bitch. You know, she didn't talk to me, so I don't got no goodwill for her. I can't be the bigger man. You're gonna be a little bitch. That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there. I'm not gonna be no bigger man if you're gonna be a bitch. But anyway, talk about the past like it's right now. See, I am hurting. But anyway, I don't want to sound like I'm sorry. Yeah, they told me. So I was trying to get in a live call, you know. Freshman year, I was gonna say I was gonna be that guy, man. I was gonna be that guy. I was working on my Patreon. I started writing and stuff. I had my family members in it. One of my friends from middle school. I'm still friends with her now. Sophie. I had Sophie on my job. So yeah, that's not relevant right now. But yeah, basically, those were two white dudes. They told me I didn't go to the Kendrick Lamar concert, so that was the way to start the year. Two white people telling me I didn't go to the Kendrick concert. Nah, that's a bad. Man, people are lucky. Lucky I'm a nice guy, dude. I see her in person, I would cause a riot. That's not the here nor there. So coming on to that, my day 23rd. It's either the 23rd or the 27th, because I remember like running like hell to get to band camp, and I was somewhere in July. It was either the 23rd, 27th, but like I got an image of how it happened in my head. It seems like I'm trailing off, but so I'm just gonna get this explained. So basically Lily told me she would be at band camp over just, random small talk. She's like, hey, I want to be in band too. I'm not sure. I can't remember my motives, whether they were, ulterior or not. But I think I wanted to be back in band. Cause I was band in 6th grade. And I remember it fondly. So I was part of the baritone section. We're going to move past it real fast. Because I'm not trying to deal with this any longer. I'm going to finish the story at the end of the episode. We already had an hour. It feels like I'm not getting anywhere. See, all that experience for nothing. I'm out of here. So, how the timeline go? So, later that rehearsal, band camp lasts for about 2 weeks into the first day of school. So, we were doing work. And the first day, I saw Lily at the pier. Well, no, acting like the pier. I'm trying to make it sound dramatic. But she was at the hallway during lunchtime, band camp. I was like, sorry, like, oh, Solomon, you're here. It's probably something I realized subconsciously, but we don't have the same dynamic anymore. She's not as touchy with me. She's not hugging me anymore. It's like a lot more tame. Almost like friends again. It's funny that. And so, I'm not sure what time of band camp it was. But I knew that really pissed me off. Because I think this was a point. Yeah, this was a point where she wanted to make it known that she was putting me in the friend zone after that. I think the window where she was holding my hand and stuff, that was the time I should have struck. But, back to the point. So, at a point we had to get like little armbands, like get the band merch, band material, like gloves and stuff. At the end of the rehearsal, it was dark outside. I remember the scene exactly. And I was in the line at one point. And I don't remember if it was either Lily. No, I think Lily directly came up to me. I went up to her. And I asked like, hey, what's happening? And then she said, oh, well, there's this guy. I'm trying to go talk to him. It's like, oh, is it me or something? Because you might have brought this up earlier, that she liked the guy. And I was in full delusion at this point. I've been done dirty, and I've done dirt. So it's like, I kind of had this coming to me. I think this was ultimately all just karma. But yeah, so I would first find her boyfriend now, to this day, during this little altercation. And she would go walk up to talk to him. It's like, wow, that seems incredibly easy. Almost like I made this whole thing a bigger deal than it actually was. Talking to her. Ain't that just pissing, And this guy, they were hitting it off. There was a little Hispanic guy. I'm gonna say his name because I fucking hate this dude. His name's Andres. I don't got no real reason to hate him. Now that I mention it. But if I'm told like he did a bad thing, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I knew he was gonna do that the whole time. That busted. But anyway, now this is the real thing that nail in the fucking coffin. Now it was a band competition. Now this might have been our second, but it was out the way. I think it might have been the first band competition. I'm thinking of football games. But it was a band competition where we had to go far out. And we were there for the whole day, damn near. No, we was actually. It's probably got back at 1. Yeah, it was like a Saturday or something. This was like the Aiden Ross era. Everybody was faking gay. And it was band kids too, so it was amplified. Had my glasses. I met some good people in band, but I swear, people are so lucky I had some faith in myself that I was gonna live a good life. We're gonna finish Let's Do the Tower. I think that'll give me enough time to finish my story. But yeah, this made me angry. So I already knew Lily liked the guy at this point. And I was trying to text her after the football games when we got back on the bus, trying to check up on her. But it was just not the same, and I was grasping on straws, man. And this is when it was really locked in. So, might have been October. But I know a friend. A friend to this day. He's a great guy, man. If I was a better person, I would have been like with him right now. You know, that's a different story for a different day. Yeah, this guy, he was also in band with us. His name was Cooper. And you know, coming off to that, I felt like something bad was gonna happen to that. And it was bad for me, you know, good for her. But you know, Andreas, he was a trombone player. The worst part about Andreas, man, I fucking hate him. I can only play my fucking snake. Now, ain't that fucking wrong? He's a cool, chill guy. Sort of reminds me of my brother. He's a chill dude. He make jokes. You know, in like a no homo, man to man type way. He's a handsome man. I can't knock him for anything he does, because he's understandable why I lost at the end. This was a learning experience. If anything, I don't hate him. But when I get over myself, I don't. But this moment might have made me hate him. So coming off the bus, you know, we got to do the band competition thing with Bob, and we would come after our first performance. I wasn't on the field, so you know that wasn't anything. And I don't think Lily was at this point either. But you know, I was. No, this was September, because if it was later on, that would have marked me meeting a certain other girl, which I will actually say for a different episode. Because you know, the Lily arc runs deep. But yeah, so they got us Chick-fil-A for lunch. These people down south love Texas. Brain fart. They love Chick-fil-A. I think it's just kind of overrated, but in the moment it was nice. A little chicken nuggets or macaroni and stuff. So I'm not sure who I sat up with. I think it was Lily. It was Lily at first, and like she hang out with some of my friends too. So it was there, but she wasn't really feeling it. So then later on to that point, we went to walls and stuff, and whatever it was, it would be like an interval where we would go back on the bus. I think it was after this part, because it was at a competition where you have to wait for them to put out the results and stuff. But we were going to the bleachers, right? And Andreas was behind me. They would talk about this whole thing. I'm not sure what it was, but the baritones were on the same bus as the trombones, right? So everything about Andreas, I would know from the inside in. Yeah, inside out. Inside out, meaning I know everything. Like that was it. They were talking about like kissing or something if we like advance on to the next round. It was some hetero shit. Hetero Aiden Ross shit. And yes, you heard me. But into that, I was kind of scared what was going on. And like everybody was hyping up like, oh dude, don't kiss, man. Everybody was laughing and stuff. But I knew the stakes of this situation. Because at this point, she told me somewhere in the past, it wasn't, you know, a poor part for me to remember, obviously, because I didn't mention it. But at this point, she told me. Well, yeah, I already knew who Andreas was, actually. Because that's a man she approached when we were in the line. So everybody was hyping it up that. I was getting very anxious, you know, because nothing was really happening. I was very anxious, and all this was happening behind me. It's like it was happening, and eventually, you know, I looked behind me, and they were both behind me, and Lily was there too. And yeah, that was happening. And they kissed all of a sudden. Everybody was laughing. I was like, oh, yeah, this should make Lily hate that fucking son of a bitch. You know, because he's gay or something, I don't know. I don't want to kiss men. Never. But it was like, you know, everybody's face was getting red. His face was getting red. It's like whole situation, like, oh my god, that's so crazy. Oh my gosh, they really kissed? And I was like, but she was laughing too. It's almost like nothing happened. So the way that she was enticed by Andreas, I was enticed by her to the point where I was pissed at this man that never did shit to me. Now, he might have never done shit to me, but he was involved in this situation. And I was like, oh, that's fucked up. So I think when we have to walk back to the bus earlier, and then seeing her, I think that's really clicked in my brain, where, yeah, it's not the same. I've been played with this whole time. Whatever happened when we were holding hands, that's not the same. Because I went onto the bus and I was crying. But you know the fucked up part? Now, this is where Cooper comes back in. Now, they saw me crying in the lineup, and then Cooper was there. He's like, hey, what's going on? It's like, I think my crush likes another guy. He's like, oh, who is it? And then I told him it was Lily. It's like, and then he almost fell in my words, like, oh, it's Andreas. She's going after Andreas. It's like, you know this too? And then this was the nail in the coffin. He told me, oh yeah, Andreas, Lily's been trying to go after him since for 3 years now. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna paraphrase what he said to me because it was a while back. I don't remember it perfectly, but he told me, oh, Andreas, Lily has been trying to go after Andreas for like 3 years now. She's been going after him for how long? So she was holding my hand, hugging up on me, resting on my shoulder. In the background, she was trying to go after this Hispanic bastard, Mr. Sandoval. I was fucked up after that. I wanted to. I'm gonna not say that because that's inappropriate. But I wanted to bite a fucking hole in the wall. So I was so pissed because I was now holding it onto the future. Like, this is a revelation to me too. Because if she was holding my hand during that point, I wasn't even thinking about this. It was probably something I knew, something I didn't understand. But she was holding my hand while liking another guy without me knowing about this guy, so she was just playing with me. I've been playing with her. I thought she knew me, but she never understood me. Ain't that some shit? So on to that, the day just went on as usual. Next time we went on to the bleachers, I saw Lily sitting with Andreas, and it's just, I wanted to take the gun and let history write the rest, man. I was fucked up coming home from work. Because this girl I, dedicating all my time to, that was basically, in a sense, that was the only reason I was even in there, because of her. And then I had to tell her, I think it was like September 20th, 2022, somewhere around that time. Somewhere around the 20s, near the end. But at this competition, I had to tell that I liked her just to get off my brain. And to know that I've been fucking with her. She said we can still be friends, but I don't fuck with you no more. I don't fuck with you no more, bitch. Thing is, I don't even know what a friend is. I don't understand what a friend is. Because I've been done wrong so many times. But no, we're still cool because he still talks to me. So I'm just supposed to forget about everything that happened. And this shit is still foreign in my brain. That I can't even articulate the type of violation I was in. That shit cut so deep I couldn't even articulate. I wouldn't even know how to. Because I would get nervous. So I wouldn't even know what to say. It's been a while since you went crash, man. Probably should say it. That's something. I really don't know anything about nobody. And I'm thinking about, you won't know what's happening in my life right now, but I think that's something I internalize, and that's something I do now. That's something I do now. Sorry about that. Because you don't really have to be committed to anything. I understand why people aren't. Because it's so easy for you to just withdraw from something. People might be depending on you, you might be telling themselves they don't. Like what I did with Summer. Telling her that, I'm lying to her. Just telling her a bunch of stuff that's not true. And if I tell her that, my word is bond. And you can just believe that. You don't gotta try to convince me or anything. You don't gotta follow it at all. You don't gotta be anything. Because it's always been nothing. I can tell it's nothing if it's so easy for you to just hug up on me, tell me all these deep truths, tell me about all the stuff that's happening in your life, and then just push me to the side after that. And why all this deep in my heart, it makes me want to kill. This between me and you, it made me want to kill. It made me want to make irreversible decisions. It made me want to kill. But I had to keep it inside. Because I might get sent to the guidance counselor. I might be sent, people might be thinking I'm a threat, and I just want to be loved. But the same reason people think I'm a threat for things I don't know. You might provoke the threat out of me. Like, my subscribers are gonna go edgy now. Well, fuck it, it's getting edgy, nigga. This is the fucking truth. I speak this truth from me. I will be in front of a lot more powerful people, a lot more high-stakes situations. I might make them fucking uncomfortable, but being a man is standing in your fucking truth. And this is how I fucking felt. I had to keep this between me and me only for so long. I told it to be a passing joke. I would keep finding new women to go after. That would do me dirt. I was keep on holding on to the little thing. And further on, I keep finding worse women. I don't got to do anything. They would make it bad themselves. It's just terrible. It's fucked up, man. People who, maybe people I disappointed too. I can even say this for me. But people you may think you know, really ask yourself, do you understand? Are they so close to you that they can make a choice like this? There's no stakes to this. It can just happen. It happened to me, and I'm doing it right now. With people in my life, I push people away. I realize why people done it to me. It's so easy. Because you don't got to be committed to nothing. Some people don't got a responsibility to life, where they don't feel the weight of their choices. To where death is just freedom from choices. Death is the final option. Death is the great equalizer. It adds a but to everything. I spent $1,000, but I can always kill myself. I can always withdraw from this situation. What's stopping me? Nothing. I didn't masturbate. Felt better and flew away. I don't have great eyesight. I'm not far inside you can see. That's right, so you come here, and let you ring the bell. Celestial Tower's bell is for soothing the spirits of Pokemon. The character of the person ringing the bell is reflected in its sound. You think my character can be told by a bell? No, things probably aren't always that black and white. The sound of the bell reverberates through the air. Area. What a pretty sound. For you are a kind and strong person. It's that kind of sound. I'd like to introduce myself again. I'm Skylar, the leader of Miss Troughton's Pokemon Gym. I use flying type Pokemon. When you are ready, please come to the gym. I'll give you a big welcome. What an episode. That's enough for me. But I think that's what real love is. giving somebody your all and knowing they can just withdraw and make it go from a huge tower, huge garden, burning all the ash, not trusting that person anyway. That's what people had in me. That's what I had in other people. The only reason you would do that to someone is because you lack integrity. But it's so easy to lack integrity. So if death is really as simple as an infinite afterlife, it's a lot less polarizing. It's a lot more stagnant than life. Life is so difficult, that might be the easier option. Being free from responsibility, because it's something you really don't have to deal with. But I think that makes existence. You know, you can do so much bad things and choosing to do good. Whatever good even looks like. You know, good isn't always black and white. But maybe you can get something from the story. And I'll say it again. Just because you know something does not mean you understand it. Dedicate it to heart. Make sure you remember it when you can. Remember why you went this purse. Remember why you spent that dollar. Because you can't regret the $12 you can easily make back, but you might as well enjoy it while you spent it. And maybe you can extrapolate something from that. That's enough for me, though. I'm getting kind of sore. It's good to get that off my chest. That was the first thing. It's been sort of tame. But that's in the context of the Ville that I live in. You know, it's pretty tough stuff to get off. But we're only gonna get more and more intense. We're gonna get more and more honest. We're gonna get so honest that people get scared of it. That send you to the guidance council. We have problems, talk about problems so deep that they're just gonna tell us to get over it. But I gotta keep my faith, man. I gotta stay on the schedule, because nobody else will. Someone's got to. This has been PeliezSpeak. This has been Pokemon White version. And this is the place where your mind can run awry and your voice even freer. Thank you for watching. Have a good sleep. Tend to your responsibilities. And ask yourself, make sure you understand everything you think you know. And be ready for it all to not make sense at a point in time. Because such is life. Life is not stagnant. Life is frequent. Whatever the antonym to stagnant is. But I guess the only thing, keeping back bad decisions is guilt.